Web3 TV.
Welcome back to the FOMO podcast. Today we've got a guest who lives and breathes the charts, the risks and the rewards of the crypto world. He's a trader who's seen both the highs and the lows, and he's here to share what really goes on behind the scenes of trading. Please welcome Ayoub Arbi.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having me here. Always a pleasure to meet with the guys, with Krista, with the whole team. They are the right people, at the right place, I would say. Again, thank you for having me. And I would say let's just roll, to talk about
I'm
all the spices.
spices, questions. I'm actually excited for this. I have a lot of questions for you. But before anything else, before we go deeper into your crypto journey, what were you doing before crypto?
Bad things.
Like what? Name it.
Something a bit on the black side. I mean, I'm not that black, but the things I've been doing are closer to black than my skin color, I would say. No racism, of course, I have a lot of black people, friend of mine. But yeah, I think we all kind of start somewhere, in the end, and probably that's the way that led me to know crypto, is that I understood that you can basically send and receive money without anybody knowing who you are, where you live. And as someone who's 15 or 16 doing these kind of things, it's just, again, I'm not ashamed of it, I say. I didn't hurt people that much, I would say, probably a bit. But in the end, yeah, I guess it just, something will lead us to somewhere. It's about exposure. And I would say that's the problem, for example, when you live in a smaller city where I'm from. It's a small country. It's 10 million population. It's still considered a third world country. I love my country, of course. I love my people, even though I hate the president because he's so stupid. And I'll post this, by the way, because he's a very fucking stupid guy.
Sorry, where are you from?
Tunisia.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure even if you know it, but again, I think that's
I know,
crazy.
but I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, right now with this guy, better not. He speaks like he's an AI. And well, maybe with work and stuff, I can change that. I'll maybe roll for Tunisia president one day. You never know. I'll make that country better.
President.
I mean, someone tried already, and he's based in Dubai. No names mentioned, but I also know the guy very well. And they played the game for him just to kick him out of the list because the guy is a bit known. He's doing great stuff, People who are watching know the guy. He's one of the most influential people here. He's done and accomplished a lot of stuff. But yeah, he didn't run for president, so it just tells you how politics work. It's just a game, and it's controlled by other people on the top. They just want to put a puppet, and that puppet will just basically be executing their orders.
Yeah.
Same like the market, When you go to a broker, that broker doesn't execute your orders. They keep them to themselves, and they put the money in their pocket because they know that you will lose in the end.
Yes, it's true. It's like somebody will act for you, but people control.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, but before you were trading, what were you doing?
Yeah, well, let's say something related to cybersecurity, to put it that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Even though I'm not that technical now, but back then I used to have, let's say, some good technical knowledge. Yeah, I benefited from a few things. I can say one of the things I was doing is basically money exchange. I also founded one of the first crypto communities in Tunisia. We were doing like exchanges there, also posting content, raising awareness. We didn't ask for any dime. Before actually trading, I also worked like everyone else. When I was 18 and 19, I worked with also exchanges. So kind of, the process that people are doing at like 25, 30, 35, I already done that in like 2 or 3 years. I also worked with other companies as well, famous names in the game. I hosted also the first, crypto or blockchain conference in the whole North Africa in 2020. We had the governor of the central bank attend. I was 19 years old when I did that. So I think I've did quite well, even though I'm a bit quiet about it. But yeah, I tried to push a lot in my country to do a few things there.
Okay, and how did you end up living here in Dubai then?
The ecosystem, I've known someone back then who's living here, who had like a good project. So yeah, he just was like, guys, I had a friend of mine as well who was with me, and he was like, guys, you need to check the city. It's completely different, So we just visited here, we liked it here, we just planned, and basically we came. Because it's like when you come here and you see, besides skyscrapers, besides everything, you see the ecosystem, the network, how people are moving. I compare it to Tunisia, where mostly I'm talking to people online. There is no meetup, there is no networking, you don't meet the people. I'm like, this should be the city for me. And it's also getting out of the comfort zone, because I mean, in Tunisia, I'll live a very good life, you know. If you make above, let's say, 2K or 3K USD, you can live like a king, you know. You can live almost in the best place, have a nice car, have a nice living. Yeah, feels good at a certain point, but for me, that's not what I'm looking for. If there is another level, I'd rather go to that level. And that's the game always, you know. Until we know that there is another level, we'll just be stuck there. So I knew there is another level. I want to be there. Whoever is living here, owning, I don't know, 500 properties and having, I don't know, collection of 50 supercars is not better than me. I know I'm a bit arrogant or whatever it is, but that's keeping me going. So it is what it is.
Okay, how did your journey in crypto trading begin?
Yeah, well, when I was working with these companies again and I came across that, I bought Ethereum, for example, at $60. Also had like a back from that. And I didn't really know a lot about trading, you know. So I was exploring, I understood, okay, these charts means this and that. There is also other markets you can trade. I started to trade crypto actually before going to Forex. And yeah, I was seeing that there is money that can be done there, especially when the market is bullish, you know. Even a monkey can basically make money there, you know. You can just press a buy button and wait for it and you'll make some money. I didn't really get, let's say, that excited about Forex until 2019 when I've seen some people online, you know, these courses stuff started to come up. Everyone started to talk about Forex and I was just insane, you know, like hours, I don't know, getting leaked courses, buying some courses. I was like, there is something I need to know. There is something I need to know. All the strategies people are talking about, ICT, smart money, order flow, like crazy terms, you know. At a certain point, after 2 years or a year and a half, you just kind of understand that it's basically all marketing and that most players in the market are not actual traders, but they are marketers.
Yes.
And yeah, they just try to use these hypey terms to sell you a course, a membership, or whatever it is. And we can see the biggest people online who are making money are actually making money from that. What TGR, for example, the guy who just bought a Koenigsegg, is partnered with Whoop, who's owned by Iman Gaji. Iman Gaji, of course, is same thing. I think he's not saying the complete truth, to not say other words about his journey and stuff. And he said that he made money with agency, but there is no track record for that. He made money selling a $5,000 course. So with the audience he has, if he sells that course to 10,000 people, you can just make the math how much money he made. And of course, when you have liquid, you have cash, you can move on in other businesses.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people actually treat trading the wrong way, because they go there as a way to make money quick rather than just treating it as a business, because in the end, it's a business and you need to treat it as a business.
It's true. Was there a specific moment or trade that hooked you into the space?
I would say there was actually a trade that I opened with crazy leverage. I think it was like 35 or 37, something like this. It was on some crypto. Brent, I'm not sure, like it's 2021. So I opened that trade. I made like good money back then. So it was like, there is something here, even though the leverage was not the best. But yeah, that trade just showed me that you can actually make money on that. Besides that, on gold as well, I would say I had few good trades like in the recent years. Especially that gold is just going crazy up. I had one of the trades, I was holding it for 2 months. I also made few bands from there, let's say, which is pretty cool. It just shows you, even though I would say I'm a big fan of scalping in general, you know, I'm like just 50, 60 points, even to my community, that's what I tell them. All you need is 50 pips a day. If you just make one good trade, you have like 250 pips per week, 5 trading weeks, and 250 times 4 is 1,000 pips. If your lot size is 0.1, you're making $1 per point, you have $1,000, you know. This is for the complete beginner. If you have more money, you
Yeah.
can just make more money as well. That's the name of the game.
So describe your early crypto trading years. Profit early.
I wasn't consistent, not gonna lie, you know. Just plus or minus, you don't really know how much you made, you know. You withdraw money from here, you withdraw money there. Not really, it wasn't that consistent, I would say. But there are some trades that make up, you know, good money, and you say, well, I did good, you know. So Solana, I remember I did some good profits on that, but it was spot, wasn't futures. Yeah, I held a bit of Solana. Ethereum as well, I told you I made good profits on that one.
Biggest profit.
The biggest profit in terms of time, not overall.
Okay, I would say.
68,000 in 8 hours.
Oh.
And actually, you guys were on that trade. You remember when we were in that
Binance?
event? No, not Binance. One of the other,
Yeah.
that event. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why you were hiding your face.
maybe.
Oh, sorry.
So what? Well, people can see it now.
Yeah, because you were showing that trade last time.
That was, yeah, on gold.
On gold. So what's the biggest extravagance that you had?
On that trade?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, actually, after that trade, I lost 2 trades. So it still shows you that even if you have emotions, if you are in the market for long, you still have emotions. And that's the bad part, because I believe there is also kind of, let's say, universe or psychological explanation in the sense that if you get hyped up about something, you're basically putting in extra energy. So there should be some other energy that will deviate. So the advice I always say to people is remove the money from the equation. Doesn't matter how much money you made, but look at it in terms of percentage. That's why I said treat trading as a business, not as making money. Don't look at how much money you made or how much money you should make. Most people, and that's why also I'm not big fan now of crypto trading, because it's set in terms of like percentage or dollar wise. However, in Forex is in terms of pips. One of the indicators, even though again I don't use indicators, but I just like to look at it, is ATR, average true range. And what it tells you is the average movement of a certain market. And I can measure that in terms of points. So if in gold, I know, for example, at the New York session, I'm at around 200 to 300 pips, for example, or let's say news days. On the normal days, I have fluctuations of 70 to 80 points. I need to know these factors. Why? So when I take a trade, I know how much I should look at. But people, they look at it in terms of money. Oh,
Yeah.
I need, my expenses are, for example, $10,000. I need to make 5,000 from trading, 5,000 from my job. Doesn't work like that. You can 1 month make 10, you can 1 month lose 5 or lose 6. You don't know. I mean, I don't, usually I don't have any losing month. I had, I think, since I started my community, it was now, I think, 19 or 20 weeks. I only had one losing week, all in all. And because I'm choosing the trades. I mean, I take also some trades
Yeah,
personally
because you're giving signals as well.
So it's kind of different from the way you trade yourself. And again, it's about selection. If you select your trades, you just need very few amount of trades. And also actual traders know this. When you mature as a trader, you will take less trades. You will not be choosing like which trade to take. You'll not be sitting on the chart for hours, You just have your times. Ideally, you will trade in the major sessions, either New York session, Asian session, or London session. London session is not that interesting now, at least for gold. So for me, I have two sessions, New York session and Asian session. That's when I will look at the market. It's around 2 hours, 2.5 hours on each session, sometimes less. If I take my trade, that's it, I'm out. I don't care what the market does after. It can even go, I don't know, 1,000 pips in profit. If I made my decision, I made my decision. That's it. I don't care.
And for your advice, currently, what coins should we trade with?
I would say short Bitcoin.
Short
Don't trade
Bitcoin, yeah.
anything. I don't believe in that crypto is going any higher. And as Warren Buffett, even though I don't like a lot of things he says, but he said something that's correct. And it's, if something is on the first page, it's already too late. Meaning that 2017, for example, there was this called Jamie Dimon, the one from JP Morgan. And he was like, yeah, guys, I believe Bitcoin is a scam and stuff. Then the same guy, 2021, says, oh, we are introducing Bitcoin ETFs. I post this thing on my Facebook. I reshared my post from 4 years. And I was like, so this tells you something, about the news, that everything is controlled. To me, since the moment ETFs are in, I don't see any interest. People can say, yeah, but Bitcoin did this, did 5x, did 4x. I don't care. 4x at what expense? Are you going to hold that? Of course, you'll wake up one day, you'll find that your portfolio is minus 40%. So all the effort you've done, already half of it is gone. Then you will get emotional and stuff. You'll be crying like a little. You'll be holding, oh my God, my portfolio is gone.
I want to know. Of course, you have a Bitcoin as well, right? How much was that when you first bought it?
Like the first time I bought Bitcoin at $4,000.
For $1,000.
Yeah. But I didn't hold that one. I think anyone who says that they heard Bitcoins is $100 and stuff like these guys, I really want to mention name because I know what's deep in the game. As there are some famous guys claiming that they bought Bitcoin at $1, and they're just begging people for a tweet at $20,000. I mean, if you bought Bitcoin at $1 and you posted a video randomly saying that, oh guys, buy Bitcoin at $1, I'm 100% sure, and we can bet, I'll give you, I don't know, your net worth if I have it. I mean, you can be richer than me in the end from making the money from other projects and scamming other projects. But for you to say that buy Bitcoin at $1 and now claiming that you still held it, it's impossible. If I heard something at $1 and it did 10x, at the time you will sell it. Like, don't say you're some wizard who had information. I don't believe that,
Even me, if I bought it at $1, of course, I'm gonna
If
sell
you bought it at $1, why are you online?
Right. It's true.
How much is 100 Bitcoin now?
It's 100 plus. 100.
Yeah, so times 120, how much is that?
Why are you? I mean, like,
So
what
I
are
mean,
you guys?
he's some old man. So probably let's say he bought like 1,000 Bitcoin. He's like, I'm gonna spare $1,000, put it there. So if I have 1,000 Bitcoin, okay, still good. Maybe I have 1,000 Bitcoin worth, but
Yes.
it's still good money, for me to not be online begging people to pay me for a tweet. So
Mhm.
to me, that's the way I look at it. Same thing. If you make money through trading, you don't need to sell courses.
Of
People are
course.
like, oh, I need an extra way of income. You don't need an extra way of income. You need to make more money, even if some of them are profitable, but you're like, well, I'm not going to stay here long because you're not confident in yourself.
Or spread it out, to the
There is no
people
point.
who's in.
You're like, I need more liquidity. You don't need more liquidity. Show me a performance report of the last 2 years where I don't know, you're having above 30 or 40% yearly. Go to any family office or any investment, I don't know, investment or bank or whatever it is, they will give you money. They will give you money.
Yes.
If you go to someone, tell them, I'll make you 40% a year. Even with real estate, they cannot make it. Even in a market like Dubai, they cannot make it. So you think they will not give you? They will. Cash is not an issue, but whether you're legit or not is always the question.
Yes. Now, would you consider yourself a whale?
In gold,
Oh my God, Ayoub.
a whale in gold.
A whale in gold.
Yeah.
What's the biggest mistake new traders make when entering crypto?
They want to start with $100 and make $10,000.
Mhm.
I mean, even thinking that from $100 you'll make $1,000, you're just, you know. I mean, you'll be like, oh, I'll trade on pub.fun, I'll get like you're on a meme coin. Again, because you're just a great. I'll show you like a gambling strategy on roulette, you will make more money, or on blackjack.
Come here.
I mean, honestly, if you want to gamble on a casino, it's better. And on a regulated casino, you still have higher chances of making money than buying, I don't know, a coin of some guy in a cave, I don't know, in an island like Bali or whatever it is, like making that coin and just hoping that people are gonna buy it.
That.
Everyone, what do you think?
You went to Bali, right?
Yeah,
And you stayed for almost a month or a month more.
yeah, around a month, yeah.
How was it?
For the event, I'm just gonna give a shout out first of all to the Balinese government and Indonesian in general. If you don't have infrastructure, you don't host an event for 2,000 people. There is no point in that. It's literally one way. People have to wait 3 hours. Yeah, maybe I'm a spoiled kid. I'm used to Dubai, but still, like, there is a standard. I also don't come from here. I come from Tunisia, which is not the best or the ideal. But at least, we know our place. We don't host an event for 2,000 people there. So if you don't even have roads and your roads are broken and you know your nature and stuff, why are you hosting an event there? I don't see any point, The ecosystem there, most people who come there, they don't have money. I mean, I went there because of a girl, or I wouldn't even go there. I was here in the summer, like in July. I went a bit in Thailand, chilled with my guys, then with a girl, and then I just came back to Dubai. But yeah, usually I was like, let me explore, let me give it a
So
shot.
you went there the time, let's say the time. What time is the event?
The event was, I think, or was it like, I think 19, 20, no, I think 20, 21st, 22, so I forgot, honestly, but yeah, around that time.
So you were there every
I- I-
single.
Yeah, I went to there. I went even to side events and stuff. I mean, look, some of them are not that bad because they're done away from that conference, but people there are so cheap and greedy to the point that in the beginning, for example, I didn't want to go to the conference. I didn't buy a ticket, So I went in the first day to a side event. So they were like, well, if you don't have a ticket, you cannot go to the side event. Well, I told them, they invited me to the side event. They were like, no, you have to buy the ticket. Just to show you, again, it's not about the money. So $100 or $150 is nothing. But for example, here in Dubai, you see people spend money, I don't know, thousands of dollars, and they never ask you for a dime. You go, you get free drinks, you get food, even though some
Everything.
people, of course, come for that. But at least that shows me that the ecosystem here is something that people are ready to spend money, But they're just greedy people who want to make money from that event. And I get it. You'll be like, it's a poor country, whatever it is. But again,
Don't host an event.
yeah, that's what I would say.
Now let's go back to my question. How do you personally handle massive volatility, like when Bitcoin moves 10% in a day?
When Bitcoin moves 10% in a day, I just open Instagram
Yeah.
and look at everyone bragging that they made profits. Well, I know that 90% of them are b***ers.
Well, it's not true. They're creating their portfolio, but it's not.
I don't know, because, everyone will only show the profits, no one is going to show the loss.
Yes, of course.
That's always the thing, because you cannot tell people, oh, guys, I'm good, buy my course, and guys, I'm losing every day. You can't say that. No one is going to buy your course, I mean, I myself, honestly, I do it, first of all. Why? Because my group is open and public and it's completely for free. People
Mhm.
will be like, yeah, you're partners with some broker. So what? I have the link there. You want to register, you don't, you don't. I mean, you can just enter like most of the people in my group, and basically they just take the trades and trade on other platforms. You think I'm gonna chase them and be like, guys, please register? I don't care. I can make few extra hundreds of thousands, but doesn't really make the difference in the end. I'm not gonna chase people, you know? And in the end, I think I'm doing them a favor by giving them a broker I know. Because, for example, the platforms I work with, at least I will know someone senior there, not even to say the CEO. One of the
Mm.
platforms we work with, I know the CEO personally. So I know in case of, say, in case I have a client who deposited big money and won, they would get their money. But
Yeah.
the issue is that you will go to the wrong brokers because they promise you, I don't know, some bonus or something else. And then you lose your money and again you start to cry like a little, like most people do.
Uh, I want to know what's your strategy: scalping, swing, or
Yeah.
long-term holding?
I don't believe in long term. There is no long term because I can die tomorrow. I don't want to be dead and, my soul is looking for that position to close it. I think there is no point in that. I only believe in the short term, in the moment, and that also gives me peace of mind for myself as well. Sometimes I hold some trades, but usually the way I mean, I can't even say my strategy right now, and I know even when people, because they always have this idea there is a magic strategy. You want to go buy courses for 5K and 10K, go and but believe me, you'll never make any money because even the guy selling you the course is not making money. So
That's why he keeps on selling the
exactly,
course.
he's making money from you.
Yeah.
My strategy is very simple. To me, it's all about momentum. In the sense that if I take a trade in the direction of the trend, I always have a high chance of making money. It's very simple. Most people are dumb. Usually, how is the psychology works? I see a big move up. I'm like, oh, now it's gonna get down. Let me short. Only a monkey will do that. Because you cannot go counter trend, especially on a market like gold. Most of my trades, probably 85 to 90%, are buys. Even people ask me, oh, why you only take buys? Well, it's simple. The United States is the economy of the whole world is so gold is basically going counter economic trend. More money is moving to gold. Very simple. Now even the Chinese and stuff are getting into gold. Like the Asian markets are actually deploying big volumes there. So to me, this is also very interesting. I've never seen such volumes on the Asian market as like the past probably year and a half or 2 years. That's why I trade the Asian session, even though before I'm not used to trading it. So it's just literally about trading. You don't need anything, any paid resource, anything. I don't even have premium trading view, I think. I think my subscription was canceled. I don't need it. For what?
You don't need it because you're trading already.
For what? The only thing you might need, and again, it's just really to refine your trades a bit, is something called order flow and footprint. And again, you don't really need it. Even myself, I don't look at it that much.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it just shows you where the big orders are and stuff. Yeah, that may be really, it's just some tool, you need to learn it. But most of the times, I trade without that. I trade based on momentum. If I see, even in news, people like, don't trade the news. Why? You're scared. That's why you don't trade the news. You don't know what you're doing. I mean, I see gold going up literally the first 3 or 4 minutes, M1 candles are going up. I'm just gonna buy. I know the move will be at least 200 to 300 pips because I also have knowledge about the historical data because my ass was in the markets every day, not like these lazy people who just wake up and think they can make money just on the phone or waiting for some magical signals from someone. But I just wake up and look at the charts. Sometimes I look at the charts for 2 hours. There is no entry. I don't enter. I don't have to scratch my balls just to get a trade. Like many people are like that. Oh, I need to get a trade. You don't need. There is no trade. The market is ranging. You don't trade. There is no point in trading
Yeah.
because you will be gambling. So that's basically my strategy. I see a move, usually 3 or 4 candles on the M1 going in a certain direction, especially if it's moved by news. I would just put, let's say, a buy if it's going up or a sell if it's going down. And it should also be in confluence with the higher time frame, meaning I will not enter counter trend. So I need to say at least on the H4 that I have, for example, bullish movement, I will enter buy. So as soon as I have 30 pips in, I will put my stop loss to entry, and then I will wait for another 20, 30 pips, depends on how fast the market moves. Then I close my trade. That's it. That's my strategy. Very simple. And you're welcome as well. I know most of you, I don't know who's watching, but most people are actually not grateful. But if you happen to practice this, be grateful.
And he said short on Bitcoin. Anyway, where do you see Bitcoin and Ethereum in next 5 years? Do you think Ethereum will catch up with Bitcoin?
I see them both going nowhere. Have you
Mm.
seen Vitalik, what he's wearing? I don't care. He can go to it. I'm not gonna make my life dependent on that nerd. I have nothing against him. I've never met him in my life. I know some people love him and say, yeah, but he's a billionaire. I don't care. He's a billionaire and doesn't have money to buy clothes. I don't believe, at least for myself, I'm not gonna put my money at risk with that guy. And in the end, I know where crypto is going. You know, the goal of crypto is to get rid of cash. That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
So in the end, all of them are for the governments and for the people on the top. The people can argue and say, "Oh yeah, but he wants to decentralize decentralization. Why is decentralization made? Why are they focused on Africa and Southeast Asia and stuff? Because these are the countries where the cash is. If you look at all the exchanges and stuff, they're like, yeah, we want to penetrate the emerging markets. Why the you want to penetrate the emerging markets? Because you want to get rid of cash for those people. You want them to use crypto that they are stuck, you know? In the US, for example, now you cannot withdraw 20,000 or 30,000 from the ATM. They will ask you questions. What are you going to do with the money? Same everywhere. In Dubai, still it's a bit better, you know? But I think at a certain point, you will have no more cash. And if you have no more cash, I will know where your money is going. I mean, we already can sort of know.
But do
If-
you think crypto will replace fiat
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same mechanism, you know, in the end.
for you?
It's the same thing. I mean, for example, before, let's say money in the banks used to go in the bank to get the money and stuff. Still, the banks owns the money. Now it's just digital. But still the same thing. I can block your money at any time. Same thing for exchanges now. Oh, if they get sent, I don't know, requests from law enforcement agency, for example, I can have an issue with someone from governments or stuff. They can send a request to freeze my account on any exchange.
Yeah.
Is that fair? It's not fair. Where is decentralization here? I know many people, even recently, a friend of mine, he had $1.7 million locked in that yellow exchange, you know? So
What is
that
that
tells you something.
exchange?
Everyone knows, you know?
The yellow exchange.
Yeah, the big B, as they say.
Hey, do you think altcoins are worth the risk, or is the Bitcoin only a real safe bet?
There is no safe bet to me in the end. Again, as you said, it's a bet. So the word bet involves risk. And it's about how you can calculate the risk or how close are you to know how precise that risk is. I mean, in the end, depends on your goal, I would say. I mean, people might think that Bitcoin is safer, and I think it makes sense because there is more liquidity there. So the moves on Bitcoin usually are less volatile than other coins. But at the same time, other coins, I see literally no legit way, or let's say no basis for me to make my analysis on, because I tried it before. You know, I invested in Cardano, in Link. I like their technology. At least what they're saying on paper is very good, you know, what they're trying to build, but the market is not moving. Why? I think there is no correlation actually between how good the project is doing, technically speaking, and the price itself, because most of the liquidity is actually traded on the secondary markets, meaning on exchanges. So yeah, I cannot really put my money in a thing where I don't know on which basis the money is going or is flowing there, because many good projects, they don't do well. And another thing is that most of the money is moving based on hype, because I don't think, for now at least, any Web3 project is able to make their users stay or to have users retention. I mean, they tried social media decentralized, didn't work. They tried casino decentralized, didn't work. They tried the browser decentralized, didn't work. So that tells you something, you know, that people go there just to make the money. And it's like a Ponzi scheme, because the first users will make tokens that will be interesting and the value is going to increase. There will be like latecomers. It's like a pyramid, you know. In the end, it will not be interesting to anyone. The dominoes will fall. Happened with Axie Infinity, happened with many projects.
And what's your take on, how about meme coins?
Meme coins, I think, is just actually a representation of how the world economy works. This is the way I look at it, meaning that central bank comes, prints the money the way they want, and people are just using that money. That money is decreasing in value, might be increasing at a certain point. Same thing with meme coin. I just can print coins out of thin air, and if I make people believe in that thing, they will be using it. Same thing with fiat. If right now everyone decides that the US dollar is not worth it, nobody will be using it. It will lose its value. I know it sounds skeptical. It's not that easy, of course. There are many factors, but theoretically, that's the way it is, you know? It's that we all agreed that the US is a good economy and that the United States dollar has that value. So if I give you a bill of US dollar, you will go right away running to exchange it for money in whatever you are, for you to be able to buy things. Zimbabwe example, I like to give that example. What happened with the inflation in Zimbabwe? The currency there was devalued. Well, is it money? Yeah, it is money, but it's worthless money. So that just tells you the way that things are with this inflation and stuff. So meme coin is just the same thing. It's just some guy creating a token, making people believe that that token is going somewhere.
Going up?
Yeah, people will put their money there. Of course, Some of them will get lucky, will make money. Some of them won't. But the rule, the ones who are making money with meme coins are either creators of the meme coins or they have insiders. Any influencer you see posting about a meme coin, it's either his project or he's involved with the project and he bought before you. Anyone. Bring any influencer, any crypto influencer. I'm 100% sure on this. I can bet whatever you want. I will not mention names, but even the big ones that you for them when they post something on Telegram, even those I know because I spoke to them and I know. And I was involved in other projects before and I know how this dump, especially women, by the way.
But
Unfortunately,
I mean, like, have you tried trading in meme coins as well?
I launched my own. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but I launched my own.
Oh, you launch your
Yeah.
own. Okay, now let's go fast talk.
Fast talk.
Fast talk. Like, literally fast talk. Our questions, you had to choose Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Gold.
Gold. That's not the question.
I can always make options.
Bull market or bear market?
For crypto, bear market.
Why?
I see it going nowhere.
Trade or huddle?
Trade, of course. Huddle is for gays.
Web 2 or Web 3?
Web 1.
Love them, NFTs. Love them or leave them?
It's a scam. A lot of the people claiming to have made money in other businesses. This is also something I need to raise awareness to. What I like about the NFT scammers is that they go straight away to other businesses, and then they pretend that they made money somewhere in that business, but they didn't. Because in one of the businesses I'm in, because I don't do only trading, but in one of the businesses I'm in, I know also a few NFT scammers, they just claim that they made money, with that thing, or they made money with trading, but they didn't. But it's very simple. I can now come to you and tell you, oh, you know what, guys, I made money with AI. Will you believe me? Of course, if I show you supercar, if I show you fancy stuff, you will believe it. That's the way that social media is. And NFTs it's a scam, basically. Okay, you would say, like, there is a value. I'm going to watch the picture. I'll copy your NFT and I will put it as, I don't know, wallpaper. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. It has no
We'll put
value.
your ex's picture as an NFT.
I don't know. For me, I don't believe in that. I'll put my face. I think I'm handsome enough to put my face. Do not put a monkey or, I don't know, something on as an NFT, And usually the ones who put that picture, actually, all of them look like, I don't know, for some reason. So maybe if they need it, to replace.
Now, metaverse or real life?
Real life, of course.
Decentralized or centralized exchange?
Cash.
If you had to pick $1 million in Bitcoin today or $10 million locked for 10 years, what are you going to pick?
I'll get the million. I think I can make it to 10 in 2 years.
Who's more powerful, traders or developers?
Actual traders, you mean?
No.
Real ones?
Yeah.
Not the ones on social media. Yeah, traders, of course.
No.
Because developers are all broke.
Okay. If crypto didn't exist, what would you invest in?
Gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
Gold, 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 gold. One crypto personality you'd like to collab with?
Honestly, I don't look up to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I can mention, actually, not crypto personality. They talk about crypto. Ray Dalio.
Okay.
I mean, he's an owner of one of the investment funds. I respect that guy. I love his books. I love what he's doing. I think these are the type of people you should learn from, The guy has years of knowledge in the markets. And just to compare to you, like, the way to make decisions. So one of the things he invests in is like oil companies. So the guy put on satellites, like, in the space, just to be able to watch oil containers, like how they go in level, like up and down. And based on that, he's making his decisions. So this is the way, like, you are having an advantage over people because you have informations that they don't know. And that's what I like about finance in general, because that's the rule it is. In crypto, it's actually the same, but it's more in a sketchy way because everyone is trying to each other. I launch a token, I don't tell you, I buy before you, I send you my exit liquidity, But if you go to finance, you will learn that lesson the hard way. And that's the rule of the game.
Yes.
So you either play by the rules or...
And now, would you date a crypto girl?
I dated few.
You did a few.
Yeah.
Name drop.
Not influencers, but yeah, they're involved in the space somehow. I mean, depends how pretty they are, in the end.
For
But,
girlfriend.
but look, as crazy as I am, of course, most people think, but for me, I look at it this way. For relationships, there is no wasting time, I'm the guy, even though I'm still a bit young, but I look at this, I will not waste time. At least this is the way I'm raised, I'm not gonna be with a girl just to play with her or just for physical intimacy. To me, that doesn't stimulate me. In Dubai, you can just pay for that. $1,000, you'll get the prettiest girl in the street. So if that's your goal, I'd rather not waste my time. I'll just go straight away to the IFC. I've been doing some shopping for my friends the past days. So we went there. They wanted that. I'm like, guys, go ahead. They were asking me, yeah, what about you? I'm like, I don't care. It's not my thing.
Okay. How about girlfriend? Intelligent or
Yeah, I
just
can, I can't,
beautiful?
I can't be with someone dumb, of course. They will not be as smart as I am. That's for sure.
Mm.
I mean, even if they want, they're not most of the time. But yeah, I definitely there should be a smart person where I can have conversations about. I don't want all the conversations to be about her nails, her hair, her. You know,
Mm.
that's not that interesting to me, at least.
Now let's proceed to my question. What scares you more, market crashes or tech hacks?
Yeah, tech hacks for sure.
Mhm.
Because sometimes I don't know something, I might slip somewhere. Market crash, it doesn't, because I think I have the ability to take decisions myself,
Mhm.
so it will not scare me.
Now finish the sentence. Crypto is blank.
BS.
Why?
I told you why. Because of the goal. It
Mm.
was just made to get rid of cash. So
Okay.
it's the whole idea behind it, like the decentralization and stuff. To me, I don't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's now going on the news. That's what everyone is hearing about. Now you go with a taxi driver, they will know about Bitcoin. So that's why I told you it's already too late.
Yes, it's true. Now be honest. Is trading just gambling with extra steps?
Yeah, I would say. It's just the guided gambling. I mean, to me, you can make money if you have discipline. So same thing, there are professional gamblers always making money. For example, on games like blackjack or roulette or whatever it is, if you know the rules, you can
Mm.
always make money. And especially if you play in a regulated casino. Same thing with brokers. If you are trading on a regulated broker, you know that you will get your money. So
Mhm.
the question I would say is always choose the right house or the right platform to be in, whether it's a casino or whether it's a broker. And after that, you need to have your strategy. I mean, I cannot, for example, go to roulette and bet on 27 or bet on 18. Like, on what basis? But that's what
Mhm.
most people do because they're chasing money. But one of the strategies that's very simple, even though it's banned by a lot of casinos, is martingale strategy. I just basically double each time I lose. But if you're smart enough, you'll find ways to use this and you will not be banned.
Yeah. Speaking of strategy, would you ever bet your entire portfolio in one coin if you had inside info?
Never.
Never.
Only a
And if you
motivated
already
bullet.
know that it's going.
Is it my project? No, it's not. So it's someone else.
Next question. What keeps you motivated during bear markets when everything feels like it's crashing?
I'm actually more motivated, because I see all these little crying of their portfolios down 60, 70%,
Mm-hmm.
because they're just too lazy and begging God, please God, please make Bitcoin go up.
Please.
I don't beg. You don't beg, take action, you have choices, make the choices yourself. I don't see any point in me sitting there and begging for a miracle, because in the end also, I didn't mention this, but Bitcoin now is owned by who? Like, the majority of it, of the supply, is owned by big corporations, MicroStrategy, all these.
Yeah.
So that tells you something, that these guys can decide at a certain point to dump the chart on you, and you have this information and you know it, but you still chose to hold. So you deserve it. Let your portfolio be 60 or 70%. And it's coming, by the way. In the few months, you will see them. All
Soon.
this hype and disappear.
Okay. And what advice would you give someone who wants to start trading today? How does one start?
Don't go to crypto and join my group and get signals for free and grow your capital. And don't be greedy. And listen to what I tell you.
And how much to start?
How much they want, I don't know. Even $1,000, you can start with 500. But in the end, put in mind that with 1,000, you will not make 10,000. If you make 200, you're already good. It's 20%. People forget that always. They're like, oh, but people are not ready, for example, to see, I don't know, on $1,000 account, if they see a trade making $50, they're like, I only made $50. Yeah, but $50 is 5%.
Okay.
So
What's the ultimate goal for your financial freedom? Or
my
just the
goal,
thrill of the game?
buying anything without looking at the price.
Mm-hmm.
Almost anything. I think you can reach that. In terms of numbers, 100 million, I think will be good number. And yeah, I think in the end, it's just about all of us. We dream about few material things. I don't think that's the end goal, but at least it's good to have it, so you remove it from your head and
Mm-hmm.
just live free.
Yeah. And now complete the sentence. The future of trading is blank.
Is not AI.
The future of trading is in my hands. Ayoub, 2025.
No, but it's not AI.
Not AI, definitely.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that.
And I always ask this question. Question is, what do you think is the future of money?
Well, unfortunately, it's gonna be locked money, controlled money, tracing money everywhere.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm even wondering how or what will they do about gold in general. I think the future of money is gonna be controlled money. Whether they will be successful at that or not, I don't know. But yeah, this is the direction where I see money is going. It's never decentralization, you know, because it's clear and everyone thinks, oh, it's decentralization, but never, it can never happen. You know, you think that governments will let trillions of dollars go out of control and all the money will be in crypto. There are people who control this world, and for them to control, they need to control the flow of money. So if I can know who is doing what at any certain point, I can have control on everything. And that's why now the United States is the biggest economy. Why? Because their currency is the world reserve. So after the Bretton Woods agreement, after the World War II, that was the agreement. You know, we are not talking anymore about gold-backed
Yeah.
currencies, but we are talking about US dollar-backed currencies. Now, almost any nation, especially third world countries that goes bankrupt, their currency will be the US dollar automatically. It was swapped. Same thing happened for Zimbabwe, for example.
Yeah.
Now they're using a lot the US dollar. Lebanon as well, when they had the crash of the central bank, they're using the US dollar. So that tells you something. This control is not gonna just evaporate like that because there is some decentralization.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ayoub. Do you have any message or anything to promote? You can actually invite people as well.
Yeah, well, the only thing I would say to people is stay vigilant and always think about what the other counterparty is pitching you, because nobody is an angel, and always think about what's in it for them. This is the question that you need to think always about, meaning if, let's say, you are doing business with someone and you want something, always think what's in it for them. Don't be like, I don't know, a beggar, be like, oh, please connect me to this person, or please do this for me. No, what's in it for them? Tell them, okay, if you do this, then you will receive this. That's how people will be more motivated to help you. And I started with nothing, and I still think I have nothing, you know, at least. Yeah, that's the way that I think is the right to do business, is that always think about your partners and the other counterparty. It can even be not your friend, doesn't matter, you know, but make them motivated to do something for you. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much, Ayoub. Thank you for giving us a peek into the real life of a trader. For everyone watching, remember, crypto trading can change your life, but only if you do it smart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to catch more FOMO Summer Special conversations. Until next time, keep your trades sharp. I'm Krista 2 Moons, and this is the FOMO Podcast. See you next week. Bye.
Web3 TV.